And now it's time to go to the next step.
She already has some ready.
All right.
I do.
Look at that.
So-
And when you see those bubbles, that's how you know it's really good.
So this is ready to move to the next stage. If you want to come look at it,
It has a dome on top.
it's at the
Because it's
tube.
doubled.
It's nice and bubbly. You can actually see some bubbles on the sides. And I actually had to put it in the fridge because it was ready quicker than I anticipated. And so I wanted to slow down the process to be ready for y'all. That's why it's in the fridge. You wouldn't put it in the fridge. Just ignore that part. Pretend it was on the counter. All right. So now your dough has risen to the 2. It has doubled in size. So what you're going to do is you're going to now do the shaping process. So I just dump it out like this. And see all the bubbles? It looks great. That
Do
means
you always use that little, the mat?
this mat, you have got to get this mat.
If you
Okay, because I saw it on Amazon, but
If
I've
you
not
don't want
ordered
stuff
it because
all
I
over
didn't
your
know-
counter.
I'm not just saying that. If I could get a commission off this mat, you have got to get this mat.
Okay.
I'm telling you.
I haven't
So
ordered one yet. because I
it really
wasn't
should come
sure.
out clean, pretty clean. That means that everything's doing great. If it sticks to your container, it's probably way overproofed. But it should come out mostly clean. Now, like I said before, this is going to make 2 loaves. So I just eyeball cutting it in half just because
Bring me that container
it's not
back
really,
so
it
I
doesn't
can-
matter. So I just kind of look and I'm like, that looks about in half,
I
right?
can see how it's supposed to look because I know y'all gonna be like, is it clean?
I mean, you know what I mean? It comes out without really having that much left in the container. So.
Let me go to Amazon while we're doing this. I can go ahead and order one of these. Maybe they'll have delivery tomorrow.
I
Right.
need somebody that's like me that just slings it together and goes.
Yeah. Well, you have, so like, there's, oh gosh, Taylor, who did my co-lead
Yes.
with me last time, she's the complete opposite
She
of
is
me.
the
Carla's
opposite.
more like me. She never measured really much. She just kind of went and just did everything like God led her. And I was like, how do you do that? I don't know.
No, I
She-
have to measure, but I don't have it exact.
But she was like,
Yeah, the exact, like, once I realized it didn't have to be exact, I was
it was,
good as
yes,
gold.
it's just really like, oh, that looks, yeah, it's fine.
But I have to measure.
Yeah, I'll have to measure.
Okay, so this is another thing you might want to get, Nancy. This is my little flour.
Okay,
Don't
I
be
saw
so
those
sticky.
on there too.
It's lovely. Okay.
I'm gonna use your create Amazon.
I know.
And I'm a cheap person. Y'all know the little
this
shredder,
is
the
it,
little
right?
shredder things that
Yeah.
you have at the pizza place. I bought that and I used that.
That's
It cost $1.
I think so.
The
Now I
little-
ordered in my
This-
Bannatyne kit.
You
It
know,
came
like
with
what
one
you
of
can
these
put
already.
grated Parmesan.
You don't have
that
one
they
of
at the Dollar
these?
Tree. That's what I use.
This is so lovely,
You don't
especially
have
if you're working with dough and you feel like it's really sticky. You could use this the whole time you're doing all this. So what
Is
you're
that
gonna
a
do?
28 by 20 or a 36 by 24? The
That's a
mat.
great question. I'll put it in the link.
Okay.
To
It's
the
a
Brittany, what is it?
36 by 24 because
It
it goes
is.
up to 60 something. Yeah, because it's way bigger than mine. Mine isn't that big. I have the smaller one.
Okay. All right, so I've cut it in 2 parts, okay? Now I'm gonna move one of these over to the side so that I can work with one.
Still on the mat.
Okay, still on the mat. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to do the shaping on this, and I'm gonna try to get this dough into like a rectangle. So I'm just gonna kind of pull it apart a little bit. Okay, and then the way that after I have a rectangle, I guess it's like you fold it like a burrito. What is it, a trifold? I flip one side over, flip the other side over, but then I roll it,
Yes.
okay?
Because thank God I do that.
Okay, and after I roll it, I want to make a ball, right? So the way I do this, it's completely different from the way that other people do it, is I take my fingers and I just press to the bottom, but you have to have friction because you want the top of the dough to get as tight as possible. So I'm scooting it along the mat, but I'm not turning the top part, I'm just pressing the bottom part so that the top is getting as tight as possible. So
I don't
I'm
do
just-
that because I couldn't figure it out.
Okay, so, but you could even do it with this. Say the dough's
That's what I
sticky.
use.
You can take this and kind of press it on the bottom, turn it, press it toward the bottom. But if you see the top part of this dough is just creating this glorious tension. And you can actually see more bubbles in the air under that tight top part
Yes.
come out. And I just set this to the side. And I'm gonna do the same thing to this one, okay? Does that make sense? Okay.
Now, let me ask a question. When you do inclusions, do you do yours during the mix or do you do yours at this point?
At this
At
point,
this
in just a
point,
minute.
okay.
But actually, I always, no matter what I'm doing, I shape it and put it into a ball and leave it to the side, and I let it bench rest for about 30 minutes before I do anything else to it. And what that does is it lets this dough kind of relax a little bit and get ready for the shaping process. It's
Okay, and then you lay it back out again, so
Uh-huh.
you flatten it twice.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yep, I do. Okay, so here's what we do. Take
Carly
it.
says I do not.
Okay, so I'm gonna try to do a little rectangle. It's kind of a little bit sticky. I don't want to use a whole bunch of flour because you want the dough to stick to itself as
See,
you're
I could
shaping
see
it.
the flour on the top of mine because I didn't have that little shaker. So when I was trying to sprinkle, sometimes.
But you don't want too much because you want the dough to stick to each other right now. I'm just trying to get it to where it's not sticking to my fingers as much. But I'm going to do that rectangle again. And again, if it's too sticky, you can pull this with this. This is lovely. And it doesn't have to be a perfect rectangle. You just want to get it to where you can fold in half, fold this on top, and then you're going to roll it up. And that looks like a mess, but then this is where you can take this, press the bottom part, and then scoot it along that mat so that you can get that tension that you need. Now, I did this before on my counter without the mat, and I'll show you the scratches all over my beautiful countertop. And then I was like, ooh, I am scratching up my, oh gosh. So anyway, I got this mat and got some,
It makes it so
So
much
is that
easier.
sold somewhere in town? Because if we have.
I
to
think
do-
Walmart has
Walmart,
it.
that's
I
where I
do.
got
Amazon's
mine.
But if you
Delivery
need me to
Tuesday.
order this for you, you can always let me order
I've
it
already
for
got
you,
it in my
and then
car.
you can
Amazon will deliver Tuesday.
Nancy got it. She got it in her cart.
It'll be arriving at 4 p.m.
I love miss those
Okay.
days.
All right. All right, so then I let it sit like this, and I get my little tea towel, and I let it bench rest. And I just go do something for 30 minutes. Now, what I normally do is I'm chopping up my jalapeno peppers and I'm cutting my cheese, and that takes me about 30 minutes, or whatever inclusions, I'm getting all that stuff together while this is sitting on the counter for 30 minutes. But since we're gonna go right through it, I'm not gonna wait 30 minutes. I'm gonna move on to the next step to show y'all. But it'll be fine if it's fine. But you wanna do the bench rest, I promise. Okay, so then after I do the bench rest, I'm gonna let this be called my final shaping. And this is when I'm gonna get it ready for these baskets. Now you have this basket, but I brought this out because some of you might like the round look. It doesn't matter, whatever you like. I can show you how to shape it for both is what I was trying to do with the two. Oh, I gotta get my cloth. Hang on.
I went and bought some fry baskets, you know, the little red ones, and I put mine in that too.
Oh, yeah.
Because I ran out of stuff to put it in, and I didn't want to spend $40 on more of that stuff.
So it only bench rest for 30 minutes?
Yes. That's why I don't do that, because I be forgetting that it's sitting in there, and then it be sitting out for like an hour or so. So
I
just
normally
go
like
ahead.
these. I try to wash them all together without other clothes in there because the other day I was like trying to shape it and my long hair was stuck to it. And I went, oh, help me day. I'm glad I saw that. So just food for thought. Try to wash them all together so you don't have the long hair. All right, so I put my little tea towel and I flour the tea towel. I got these in Hawaii.
How cute.
It's like, oh, I want something, but I don't want to get something that's not useless. So I said, oh, I can use those tea towels. It makes me think of Hawaii when I'm making my bread. All right, so this is more like an oval loaf. There's names for those, but I don't remember them. And then there's this round. So I'm going to show you how to shape for both, okay? So you do the same thing again. Now, since this is the top, it's going to stay the top. So I'm going to flour. It's kind of sticky. All right,
Probably
so I
'cause
flip it over like
I think
that.
it does that because you got it out the fridge.
I think so because
Yeah.
it's cold. If it's warmer, it's not going to be as sticky. So I'm just going to try to see how it's wanting to fight me. It's already doing a good job learning its structure, but I kind of just shake it, and then you can even press it out this way, and you could use this. You want to get back to that rectangle, and it's doing its job because it's fighting me, so you know you've got some good structure. Now, if I were to do inclusions, this is where I would add them. For example, cheddar cheese.
And you just sprinkle it on top?
I sprinkle it on
as
top.
much or as little as you want?
Mhm.
Doesn't matter.
Mm-mm,
Is it ever too much?
Probably.
Yeah.
There is a fine line between too much, but you
Because
just
when
have
you
to practice.
because when you go to shape it, if you have too much in there, it starts tearing your
Yeah,
dough.
but we're gonna do some more
Yeah.
with the inclusions coming up in the classes. But I just want to do basic. You don't want to go into all that unless you have the basic down pat.
Yeah.
I did the basic loaf. Oh my gosh, 6 months probably. Not anything else, just to learn
I
how to do
did
the
that.
basic
I
loaf.
go Nancy.
But at that time, I was going through all different recipes I didn't like. But since this recipe, see how it's really not that sticky. It's not hard to deal with.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, so you're gonna flop it over again.
Yeah, I had to get the basic loaf first.
Flop it this way again.
Anything.
And then I roll it up. Now I'm gonna do the round in this one, so I'll shape this one into a round. And I'll just tug the bottom. Does anybody want to practice? I know you all want to try to shape this.
Oh, I wanna try to shape.
Okay, come try to shape. Get some gloves on.
How many times you have to shave?
Until I feel like this top is tight and it looks like it's, and the side, see how that side right there kind of has a bump? I don't like that bump. I want it to kind of be smooth all around. Like
So
that.
why you put it in the basket if you're gonna bake it?
To keep its shape.
It's gonna rise. And
Oh, we're
I'm,
not about to put it in the oven.
no, because what we're gonna do is after you do this, and I'll show you. Since this is the top, you have to put it in upside down. And I put a little bit of flour. And then I wrap it up for it to go to bed. And it's gonna go in the bed, which is the refrigerator, and I let it cold proof. Now, if you did not want to put it in the refrigerator and you wanted to bake it the same day, I can leave this on my counter and let it rise a little bit more. I would say 2 hours.
2 hours.
2 more
max.
hours sit on the counter, and then I can bake it. But something magical happens when you put it in your refrigerator and it cold proofs for 24 hours. It continues the fermentation process, and it helps break down it ferments the gluten to where it's easy for your tummy to digest. So people that have, what is it, celiac disease, they have a hard time processing gluten. But when you cold ferment it, it has that time in the refrigerator where it's not hot, so it's not rising anymore, but it's still fermenting, and it's still working and breaking down the tough gluten, and it makes it easier for your body to digest. So it's actually better for your tummy if you cold proof it. So this will go in my fridge, and I will bake it tomorrow. And that's the round one. So let me show you the oval.
And it also makes it easier to manage when you have to do
Scoring it.
the
It's
scoring.
cold,
and
so it's easier to score. If it's warmer, it kind of goes everywhere. And some people that, if you want to bake it the same day, you could put it in the freezer for like 30 minutes and then take it out and then score it, and it would be easier to score if you have to bake bread that day, which is fine. It just won't be as twangy, sourdoughy tasty without the cold ferment. But it'll still be great. Yeah. So, all right. So I'm not taking away. I'm already.
Okay, so do you-
just a little bit of